look, a little bee. Oh, yeah, pollinating my squash. Thank you. Oh, look at him. Oh, you tease. Ooh, ooh, hey. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. My goodness. Oh, yeah. You're busy, babe. You're busy, babe. So, back to the ground cherries. So I sowed seeds, they didn't germinate, so then I planted 3 more seeds in each spot. And then like this one over here, all 6 of them germinated, like at the same time. But you see like this little guy, he's crowded, he can't get enough light. And these guys aren't actually like big enough to transplant. So like don't do as I do, but I'm gonna do it anyway because they're sown so close together that I'm afraid if I let them get much bigger than this, their roots are going to get entangled with their friends, and I worked too hard for these seeds to just let them die. So I'm gonna plant them in that last bed that I made in the backyard. Yep. Well, you heard right. There's 4 garden beds in the back. And I'm starting to realize that I'm a really big fan of this kind of garden bed because I can add on to it whenever I want, which means Adan is not a big fan because I can add on to it whenever I want. But really because I can do it myself, it's still a win in his book, and I did actually need to this time. So yesterday when Adan was trying to walk out of the back sliding door, the sliding screen door just jumped out of its tracks and fell on top of my pepper plants. So it broke a couple of the stalks, which like effectively topped the peppers, but they were fine. Adan didn't know that though, so he ran and bought me some more pepper plants, and I needed to find a new home for them. So I built on 1 additional bed, and while I was there, I thought this is a perfect opportunity to find a new home for the ground cherries too. So I just threw on a second one, because why not, right? Why not? Your new home. Alright, so as you can see here, I've been thinning them out pretty heavily down to 1 seedling for each area. Let's take a closer look and see what that looks like so far. So you'll see here, even though these are long and they need to be pulled out, I think I'm going to leave this one to grow. Because they were really leggy to try to move around a bigger one, I want to wait until they're a little more solid until I plant them. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I heard that ground cherries are like tomatoes and these little hairs will actually create their own root system. So maybe I will just go ahead and plant them. I just don't want to plant them when they are already struggling, but with being as leggy as they are, it sounds like maybe they'll struggle anyway. So maybe I will fill up another pot. That's a better look there at how they're both leggy. All right, this guy has only got 2 left here. I want to wait until they're a little bigger before I try to separate them. I am also running out of potting soil, so needed to make another run for that. This guy is officially down to 1 seedling, so success there. As well as this cutie. He is the lonely survivor, who's also pretty leggy, but I'm hoping that he'll figure himself out and he'll be all right. But I wanted to move the bigger ones because it seems like they would have a better chance of survival. But then I am concerned that this one will not get big enough to actually give us any fruit, and that's okay. Hopefully one of the other dozens of plants will be able to provide us some ground cherries this year. And again, like, there's a chance that we might not even like them. Well, I think it's official that these two garden cherries, I think it's pretty clear that these 2 ground cherries have survived, but the 3 in the back have all died. So I'm going to use this opportunity to plant some winter squash as a fall garden crop. So we'll see how that goes. Mostly what I'm upset about, if I'm going to be honest, is just that they don't grow, period. I don't know if it's just too cold here, especially at night, for them to grow, but there's no way I'm going to get any fruit off of these. And it's really depressing to think about. I do really still have a long time. I just looked it up earlier. Oh gosh, well now I've forgotten. Like, it's 100-something days, 108 days until my expected first frost of November 3rd. At the time that I'm shooting this video, not the time that I'm uploading the video. And I'd like to think that the ground cherries will get big enough and produce, and they're supposed to like be producing all the way up until the first frost. It's the frost that kills them. So maybe next year I plant them a lot earlier. There was a back order on the seeds when I initially ordered them this year, and so I didn't get them until, I think I was able to plant them like June 4th. But even so, I've Googled the normal like time to maturity for a ground cherry, and it's supposed to be like 70 days to the point where they start producing. And like, my little babies are not even like an inch tall, even the ones I left in the bed. And I have killed a lot of them. I mean, it wasn't intentional, but I just don't see them even 70 days from now being able to produce fruit. And that's like kind of naysayer of me, but really they're hurting my heart. They're probably one of the things I was most excited about before like planting things. I really did want to try amaranth, but the ground cherries I was really excited about. When the beans became so prolific and I didn't realize how fast they grew, I became excited about them. But the peas, once I like tasted them, I got excited about them, right? But like, I went into ground cherries expecting magic, and instead, I'm just really disappointed. And I don't want to be. It's not their fault. It's maybe my environment. I'm going to have to do some more Googling. I got them, again, from Adaptive Seeds, which means that they have successfully been able to grow them. And it could be I'm not giving them something that they need. I don't know. I'm just whining. I'm really sorry. I really wanted them to work out, but maybe next year.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the lesson to learn here is, because look at those two bad boys. They're prolific. Look at these. Yep, that one still died, but look at those four. They're flourishing. They're huge. And look at these. They're dead. I just give up.